that you have grown, and don't obsess about it, because quite frankly then you're not seeing the right relationship at all, and it's going to come back and bite you. Not to be mean here, but just being very truthful, but also looking around in your own backyard as well. And if it's meant to be, it'll happen, but it doesn't mean to say that you're going to not force it, but engineer it, which is a totally different thing. All right? Because you want it.
Do you think that I'm wasting my time if I continue to?
We can't tell you that. We're not allowed to tell you that. This is your process, okay? It's your life, and I keep mentioning that. But you have to realize that you have to think back and look at it in a way of, why am I going back there? Yes, I'm fascinated because we want to renew a youth love. You know, how we felt that time. But quite frankly, what are you really looking for? It's on the way to a good love, but what are you really wanting in your life, or in the way of love? Okay?
Okay.
All right, Missy, be careful. Don't romanticize. We have that that tendency to, as we discussed at the beginning of the show, to romanticize about these past relationships. We remember a certain fondness, a certain comfort, you know, and, we are just different people now that fit in back then. That was an experience that moved us forward to our next level in the soul growth at this period of time. But now we're different people, you know. I say, you know, experience it for what it is right now, but don't become fixated on it, you know, and understand that many times when these people come back into our lives, it's to remind us about some of the aspects or some of the elements of that relationship that we'd like to have in the next relationship moving forward.
Yeah, the innocence and the freshness of it, but it doesn't mean to say it is that person.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Exactly. Kathy from Oregon. Hello, Kathy.
Hi, Darshini, and hi. I think we were meant to talk because you mentioned something to my sister in Phoenix that you were going to talk to me too. So here we are. Anyway, the reason
I know who you are. I know.
I'm one of the other sisters, the three sisters that are linked.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, it's very nice to talk to you. And I have a dilemma. I've been married for 27 years, and I'm just being a stay-home mom and wife for all these years. And recently, you know, I'm just thinking about when my son is in high school, and I have a daughter in college. And I just want to know, you know, is this my contract to stay in the marriage for the rest of my life? And what am I supposed to do? You know, it just,
it's such a huge, overwhelming question here. But what I'd like you to do is to really go and take that exercise. If you haven't already done it, I told Mitra about it, and that is to do the kicker exercise. It is one of the most powerful exercises, part of the book. It's excerpted out, and it will change your perceptions about why you are in relationships. And not only that, we can't tell you why you're in it. That's your experience, and it's your life. But you seem to be growing well beyond not restrictions, I shouldn't say that, but the avenue that you're in. You want to do so many things, and you feel kind of useless, right?
Yes.
At the moment, that you're, not useless in that word sense, but useless that why am I here? Yeah. So basically, I do the kicker exercise. It takes about 3 hours if you're doing it, and we do it with people who are passed on as well. And you'll be amazed at what the truth is in each of those relationships. So anybody listening to, do it, because it'll change your perception of things and the world, let alone yourself, but from other people. And what I would say is the next few months until the end of July, it's going to be pretty tough because you feel as if you're in a corset, and the corsets are around your head, quite frankly, and it's getting tighter and tighter. In other words, you're coming to a point where you just want to walk away from everything. And it's suffocating so that you can't communicate. It seems you don't even talk to your husband. There is no communication of anything. It's like you're the you're the you're the housekeeper, and he's the master. And there's no real respect or even any kind of relationship between the two of you. And you will see, I mean, in a very huge summary here, because we don't have time, but basically be kind to yourself and start a dialogue with yourself of what you want. There are so many other exercises on the YouTubes. If you want, just email me at Darshini_inspirit@yahoo.com, and then I'll send you the links. But I think Mitra knows too. But do those. The candle lesson helps too. But you need to know, and your candle color is red. And your mother has passed on, right?
Yes, she has.
Yeah, but she was a force of nature, your mother. Very strong person, even though she never showed it too much. But she is around you, okay, and protecting all of you. But you need to know that things are going to get worse, I'm afraid. But you will be okay. Trust your love and your friendship of your sisters and certain friends. You've got two good friends. But then you will see a lot more than you've ever seen before, okay, by end of September, October. All right?
Okay, so I'm not stuck in this for the rest of my life.
That's your perception, but I'm not saying...
Yeah, you know, I have generational problems. You know, my mom was stuck in a...
Yes, I know.
You know, all my grandmothers, you know how my culture, you know about my culture, so...
I know, exactly.
And I need to break that.
Yeah, that has happened with a lot of cultures, I'm afraid. But if you decide to do that, you've got a conscious decision. You're not in that old. You're not in that country anymore, and you have to start realigning here. But your husband is stuck in that old country because it actually works well for him, but not for you. And you have to decide. But just don't walk away. You need to start looking at your life and understanding what you want before you make any kind of move. Don't do that to yourself, because you're going to not only hurt yourself, you're going to hurt everybody around you. And worst of all, when they're hurt, you hurt, because you're such an empath.
Yes, so my son is a big equation in this, because, I want him to finish high school.
We'll talk about that another time. The thing is about you. You have to look at yourself before you can go anywhere else. You understand?
Yeah, I think about everybody. You know that. I think about everybody before I think about myself.
Well, no, you have to change that dynamic, right?
That's no good. Yeah, because if you do that, you'll have nothing left for anyone else. Once you deplete yourself. Yeah.
And you're lying to yourself. And then you're teaching them to lie and accept less in your life. What kind of teacher is that? So you have to be strong and truthful to yourself. But it doesn't mean to say, okay, that's it, I'm leaving for Alaska tomorrow. No, that's not what we're saying. What Ron and I are saying, just be mindful of what your needs and wants are and verbalize them. It is going to suffer repercussions, but be conscious of what you want, not just arbitrary. Just be conscious, okay?
Yes, thank you so much.
Okay, Karen.
Best of luck.
Thanks for the call. Got it. Let's take one quick call. We have Sarah calling us from Kansas. Hello, Sarah. What can we do for you?
Hi, Sarah. Hello?
Yeah. Sarah? I guess she's not there. Let's go to 941. What's your name and where you calling from? 941, are you there? We lost both of them. Oh, well, I guess they told us.
Yeah.
That's about it. Yeah. Well, that we're going to have time for today anyhow. So any upcoming events, Darshini?
Yeah, actually, I'm going to be, well, that's later on, but on Sunday I'll be in Carlsbad doing a lecture, and if it's interesting, I'll upload it. But, Carlsbad, and then doing some classes as well. But basically, just Carlsbad, having some fun there, doing readings. Okay?
All right, and again, if you'd like to schedule a private session with Darshini, which I highly recommend, I mean, even if it's a 15, 30-minute or an hour session, it'll be something that you will value for many years to come. I mean, I still listen to, on occasion, one of my first readings from back in 2004, and I'm astounded at how much actually came through back then, and you look at it and you're like, how could that be? And you just kind of let it go, and over time, these things do take place. They do happen.
Yeah, and it depends on where you want to do it. It's your choice. Even though we read for people, Ron, it's up to them to decide what they want.
It really does come down to choice. I mean, just like the last caller, it's up to her to say, I'm either going to, stick with this, or I'm going to, move forward into something that's a little more palatable.
Yeah, it's sad, though, sometimes.
Yeah.
But we can only be there as guides and not tell them what to do, but we hopefully help them, and I'm sure we do.
Mm-hmm.
I know they do too. Okay.
Very true. 714-348-9994 if you'd like to schedule a private session with Darshini. Again, 714-348-9994. And you can visit her online at darshini-inspirit.com. And as always, you can connect with all of our guests, including Darshini, at beingwithronash.com. That's beingwithronash.com. We'll be back Monday with Catherine Glass.